Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amane the Alien, and it's been a hot second since I've made a video, but today I have one for you. So basically how this works is you choose one of these groups, you follow the timestamp in the description, and there may be a message for you about your current energy or what you might be going through. I don't have a specific theme for this, I'm just leaving it open to whatever guidance you may need or what's necessary. So yeah, if you want to choose with crystals, here we have some Rhodonite, Internal Balance, then we have Desert Rose, Clarity and Groundedness. And then we have Black Obsidian. It's very 8th house energy. I don't know why. So yeah, that's what we have. So if you're ready, you can choose group 1, group 2, or group 3. And I'll see you there. If you like the message, please consider subscribing. Thank you. Hello and welcome group 1 to your message. So let's see, you chose Internal Balance. For some reason I'm thinking of a white horse. It's also making me think of that story that people used to tell of when they said if you want to stop hiccuping, then you should think of the last time you saw a white horse. And that train of thought will make you forget that you're hiccuping, almost like it was just not your body doing it, like it was a placebo effect. So maybe there's a sense of someone not believing something, but let's just not jump the gun here, people. Let's not put the cart in front of the horses. I'm just going with that theme. Okay, this is your card, but we are going to look at that later. We're going to start with some tarot to get some general energy, what you might be going through at the moment, just simple guidance you may need. And we're gonna get 4 cards here. So let's see what is happening for group 1. 1 card at a time, please. Okay, we've got the Fool in reverse. Okay, we've got the Fool in reverse. And we're looking for 3 more cards. Oh, okay, we've got the 9 of Wands in the upright position. Interesting how he just did the most too. We've got the High Priestess in reverse. So we're going to get 1 more card for you to gauge your current energy. This is definitely Ace of Swords. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, we're not going to take the bottom deck energy, even though my curiosity is killing me. It's not applicable here. Okay, so we got the message with the Rhodonite that someone's not believing something, and this spread definitely gives more credence to that idea. The Fool in reverse speaks of someone who's afraid to embrace change, to embrace the unknown, to go with it and see where the river leads, you know. Kind of making me think of that Around the River Bend song from Pocahontas, where she either marries Kocoum or she goes down the river bend and follows her own dreams and meets John Smith and has all those adventures and crap. Anyway, so also very dark origin of that story if you're interested in that type of it. So that's for someone out there who is interested in that type of stuff like me. So yes, we have the Fool, someone who isn't ready to embrace a difference in their life. Now with the 9 of Wands, I can see this is someone who's very guarded, so maybe this is someone who's in their comfort zone because that's how they protect themselves. With the High Priestess, there's something they're not owning up to themselves. You're not owning up to something to yourself, something that you inherently know, something that you're constantly avoiding, something that you're putting your wall up about, something that you're not ready to let go, something that you're not ready to change. So we have the Ace of Swords here, which implies that a new mindset must be employed here. But we don't have a lot of context as to what the situation could be. We just know that, excuse me, there's a sense of avoidance here. So let's get a little information about that. There's a sense of you knowing what it is, but not necessarily knowing that you're avoiding it. So we have the Nine of Swords. It's some very deep misery, some very dark demons, maybe demons from your childhood. This whole card is kind of making me think of monsters under the bed type of thing. So if the monster's under the bed or in the closet, you've clearly not faced it yet because it's still there. So there's a sense of something here weighing on your mind extremely heavily, and you're guarded and you're running away from this. You're trying to avoid it. Real. You're afraid of change. You're afraid of anything being different. But you're already suffering. What could be worse than already suffering? Change could bring about something good, you know. So also got this, the Six of Wands in reverse. So this indicates to me that somewhere or somehow your self-esteem or your self-worth took a bit of a knock. You may have been embarrassed in public, or you may have been given false hope about something and then come to the realization that you should not expect it because it will never come true. You may have found that you thought you could do something, and then when push came to shove, you were unable to do it. So all of these things indicate to me that this is why you're so scared and stuck. Something happened, something around your self-worth and some kind of shame. This card has a little bit of the vibration of shame to me, so maybe something shameful did happen to you. It could be in a past life, but more recently it could even be in childhood, because a lot of people haven't even acknowledged things that happened in their childhood, you know. But anyway, a little shadow work energy here. So just for shits and giggles is what I heard. Let's get a card or two from this tarot deck, because the tarot is with you being quite elusive, and that's probably the energy that you carry, because you seem, I don't see an energy here of sharing this. This is guardedness. This is someone who does not want to talk about it, you know. And this may be a new beginning where you do talk about it, and when you do find a lot of relief in that. So let's see. Get two cards for you from this deck. Just a little bit of extra meat on the bones, you know. I'll take that one. We wanna, you know, kind of. There we go. We got one more. We got two more. We only want two. We got a color in this. Okay. We got a color in the story, you know. Not that it's just a story, it may be something that resonates with you. So if it does, let's watch. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and then we've got the Eight of Cups in the upright position. So this tells me that there's an overall dissatisfaction with life at the moment, and that may be because of the impact that this situation had on you. A lot of times we can find that when we go through something like this, life seems disenchanting and pointless because it was such a big slap in the face to have this scenario happen to us. Obviously we're guarded after that, and so on. I can see that in your general life this may be taking a toll on you. You may, you know, even be at the point where you're not showering or not getting out of your bed. It may be that heavy, but you should seek out someone trustworthy to speak to, because everyone deserves to speak to someone when they aren't feeling well. And it's not uncommon for people to go to therapy. I don't know why there's still such a stigma about it. I found it to be very helpful, and I found it to be extremely enlightening, and I'm telling you, just trust the process. The Eight of Cups tell me there's something that you're tethered to that you should walk away from, and it may be these guarded feelings, but it may also be the situation related to these feelings, because at the end of the day, if we're holding on to a bad memory, we're holding on to the pain of that memory in that scenario, and surely that's not something you can just let go. But letting it go means acknowledging that it happened, feeling the cringiness of it, or the sadness of it, or the deepness of it, and then moving on and having time heal that wound. So there's an essence of patience here, but also of a decision to let something go. And if there's a decision to let something go, the start of this told us that there was little acknowledgement for what it is. So there's two opposing forces here, a little acknowledgement, or someone who may know what it is but doesn't want to acknowledge it, and someone who needs to make a choice about their future, someone who needs to make a choice about whether they want to carry fucking 9 swords and 9 wands with them on their journey. Do they? No, we want to be light, airy, ready to take on change, ready to be a better self. But that takes time. It's not going to happen tomorrow, it may not happen next week. But every day is a chance to start anew. Every day is a chance to just try to be a little bit different, a little bit better for yourself, if not anyone else. Okay, so let's see where we can go. So let's see what these cards have to say. What they have to say about where things are going, how things are looking for you, and what guidance you may need in the scenario you currently find yourself in. Sorry guys, I just want to check, you can't really see a lot of the cards. Sorry, it's always group 1 where it's like finding the right... There we go. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so yeah, let's see where this goes. Okay, let's take 4 cards. Let's see what you guys have. You have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So maybe this also indicates that you need to allow yourself to feel. You need to allow someone to help you. Maybe someone has been trying to help you or trying to ask you to let them in so they can help you heal through the scenario, but you haven't been letting them in. Then we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So something that also coming up is the fact that we go through these hard situations because we go through it. We go through it to grow through it. If you don't take anything from it in terms of growth, then you just have good memories, you know, and that'll eventually fade. It's just the truth. So take your lessons where you can. Don't think you've lost everything. If anything, if it was a very harsh end, there is a lesson somewhere to be found if you're only willing to look for it. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So maybe the scenario that you were in with a specific person, or just in general with a social group or something, means that you had your boundaries overstepped, or you overstepped someone's boundaries, whichever one you feel is maybe applicable to you. And boundaries are very important. Boundaries are the boundaries are just the way that we say, this is my personal space, in ways where we can't exactly describe it physically. Like, I can draw a circle around me and people can know not to walk into the circle, but I can't do that with my mind or my thoughts or my interests or my likes and dislikes and my triggers. You can't do that with everything about your mind. So at some point you're going to have to go through life and recognize where you want boundaries and place them. And now, Grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So laying foundations doesn't exactly surprise me. Looks like the type of person that has gone through something very deep and dark and is now laying a new foundation to move through this unhindered by the heartache and monsters in the closet that were present before. You know, when you hold your breath for a long time under the water and then you come up for air, this is what this person needs. Let's see. How many cards come out for you? We have one. Wow, isn't that interesting? Okay, I'm gonna take 2 of those. So, the answers you need are coming. So we were talking about patience earlier. Sometimes we have to abide by the time the world gives us. It sucks. It really sucks. Sometimes you wish upon a star and something would happen, but that's unfortunately not the way the world works. Things need to be put into place. Confidence is your key to success. I feel like you need to reestablish a lot of your self-worth after what might have happened to you, or your worth you felt in your career path, or your abilities in some manner. But there's something here and you need to reestablish for yourself, some sense of confidence. And this can be done by healing, retreating, coming back to yourself, recognizing what happened, recognizing how this situation calls for difference in the future. So then we are going to get a chakra wisdom card for you and see where your body's energy suggests you be aware of something. Excuse me. My hands are a bit rusty after all that. I mean, I did read for myself, but you understand. 4th chakra, heart chakra. Okay. It's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. Yes, we're talking about replenishment. Perfect. I accept myself the way I am, and I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about my life than how I feel about myself. So I'm getting that maybe with this 9 of Swords and the gardeners and what might have happened, it may have been something you can't help, like maybe you have some kind of scar or some kind of something physical or something mental or verbal or something that you can't help, like, and someone may have truly made that a target of ridicule or a target of laughter or comedy, and it may have really deeply hurt you, because the things we can't help are the ones that are the deepest cuts when it comes to conflict with others. If it's something I can change, it doesn't make me as mad as if it's something that I can't change, because then I know that that opinion will forever remain as such in that person's mind, because it's something that I cannot change. For example, I have very ugly feet. So if someone says I have ugly feet, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But that's the point. The point is, if it's something that you can't do about it, anything about that's ridiculed, it is just a little more defeating, you know? Anyway, I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. I honor what my body is asking for, and if I'm unsure, I will ask myself, what can I do to be healthier and more balanced than I am now? I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. I accept my life as it is now, and I move forward from here. Yes, there's a very big forward momentum energy to this. We're not seeing it, but I have a feeling as soon as you walk away from this past pain, the Chariot is almost waiting. Oh, if it's at the bottom of this deck now, or any of these decks for that matter. We have the Devil, the Moon, and the 3 of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now we're gonna get some nature spirit cards, man, because nature always has answers for us in tough times. Nature deals with things simply, and we have making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. So there's that sense of doubt again, almost someone telling themselves I'm not good enough, because the card's reassuring you, you are good enough. Receiving from angels, shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. I think you need to make a difference for yourself here by reflecting on what it is that you can change and what you cannot change, because accepting what you can't change is a process, but it is a necessary process, because if that process isn't followed, we will often fall in the same trap where someone really gets a wrench out of our heart from something that we cannot change. So yeah, and people are cruel. So let's see here. We have 2 cards here. I'm going to read from the book because profound. Okay, so we have page 51. You're making a difference in the lives of others in ways that you may not even know. Many benefit because of you. Your light radiates far and wide. Sometimes it's not about who doesn't accept us, it's about who does accept us. And maybe that's what gratitude is trying to imply as well. Look at who is accepting of you. Look at who wants to be with you. Don't get too stuck on those who don't. The universe wants you to know. Sometimes the smallest actions can have the greatest impact. Perhaps it's a smile shared with a stranger, a kindness extended to an acquaintance, or a favor done for a friend. This is akin to the story about the man who returns beached starfish to the sea. Although he knows that he cannot possibly save them all, he continues his work because it makes a difference to the few he can save. You can and will change lives. Take steps today that will make a difference in the life of another. So we have receiving from angels also, page 63. 63. Blessings from above are showering over your life. Angels are real and their presence is near. They are only a thought away. Messengers from the Creator. They come to you with the immense blessings and love. All is well. Spread your wings and soar. So you may see feathers around you. Look out for them. Angels are watching over you. They love you deeply and profoundly. Be still and open your heart to their wisdom and healing. They will come to you in soft breezes, rainbows and feathers that seem to magically appear. So these signs let you know that you're going in the right direction. All that is unfolding exactly as it should. The angelic energy within you is expanding. Know that you are an angelic healing force for others. So we talked about the feathers. So watch out for signs that you're not alone. The universe is there to work with you, man. The universe is there to work with you, not against you. So we're gonna get some. We're gonna look at this card actually. So yeah, we've got this compass, inner compass. Follow your inner compass. We've got 6 twice here. Follow the stars. Follow hope. Once hope is taken away from us, it may sometimes feel like the world is just a wading pool and we have no intention to even explore the other side. It's like you get stuck in limbo while still living here. It's like you're here and also not here, so you have been experiencing that disassociative feeling for a while or at some point. But know your inner compass is always there. You should trust yourself and do what feels right for you, and not in a way where it feels right but you know it's wrong type of thing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about whether something feels right for you. If you feel something's holding you back and you have the means and the opportunity to liberate yourself from something that's holding you back or causing you pain, you should do so. Follow your intuition. It will not lead you astray. Then let's get some messages from this little deck to just finish off your reading. Let's see what pops out. Oh, that's a lot of messages. These have a tendency to not want to come out one by one. So, okay, we have one. So, okay, we have 2. So I can't really, one turned over. Maybe we should take the turned over one if we can find them. Okay, now let's just try another one. Oh. You came to us, isn't that beautiful? The wound is the place where the light enters you. Absolutely. This gives you the chance to grow, to heal, to tell yourself, I can move through this, because you can. You can. Before, there was surely things that you thought you couldn't move through, and here you are now. It's just unfortunate and uncomfortable, and it sucks. But it will be over. Your best teacher is your last mistake. I mean, there's no more to say about that. One day you will meet a person that will find your mind a little too heavy. So people may have been thinking that what you're going through is too much for them and you can't speak to anyone. That's maybe why you closed off, or why you aren't looking open and receptive here to the problem. Don't be ashamed of working with professionals. Don't be ashamed of taking advantage of therapists and psychiatrists. They're there to help you, and at the end of the day, if something doesn't feel right to you, you don't have to do it again. But something here needs to break. There's a stubbornness here that suggests you're not ready to let go of the pain, because the pain is the only thing that's maybe keeping you tethered to the scenario. But it's not worth the suffering. It really isn't. I wish you all the luck in the world. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. Look at that inner compass. Just follow your heart, man. You can do this. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to my channel. If you chose the Desert Rose, then this is gonna be your reading. So let's put that right there, and this card we're gonna look at last. So let's get some insights from the tarot first about what's happening, what's going on, what may be your current energy, and what may be some guidance that you currently need about where you are in life and how you are perceiving and moving through the human experience. So let's get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need 1. Okay, this card is the "You Are on the Right Path" card, which is an intention I put on this card. So you are on the right path, but we'll see what the path looks like, or what the, okay, we'll see what it looks like. Let's get this. We have the Hanged Man in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords in reverse. There's a sense of clashing here. There's something here that's just not, I feel like these are 2 sides almost. The side where someone is mature and set in their ways, but they're not aware of the fact that they're caught in a scenario where they have the power to change it, and this may be causing them some suffering. And here we have a lighter energy of someone that's just a little stubborn, like a teenager that doesn't want to clean his room. It's just one very heavy energy and one very light energy. This is more like defiant, and this is more turning the sharp mind that you have on yourself type of thing. I'm getting an idea that there's maybe some pressure to move out of the house, if that resonates for someone, or to get your own place, and that may be something you think you can't do. That's also maybe why this energy is coming through of the teenager cleaning his room, or maybe it's something that you don't want to do, you're not ready for it, and maybe even your parents are comfortable with you being at home, but you feel like society is gonna frown upon you if you do happen to move out of your house or away from a job that you feel you're more worthy of. It's almost like a growth spurt. This is almost like a growth spurt, but let's get some more cards to see if we can get a little more information from this. It's like a mental growth spurt. Someone who didn't have much responsibilities, but now has a lot of responsibilities, and still recognizes that they have some fears. Even though they are more mature, they have more knowledge, there's obviously fear in going into something new or trying to do something in a higher position. It's if you get promoted, your first day of work is going to be stressful, and that's the same with life. Is if you, the older you get, the more people expect you to act a certain way and to have a certain set of knowledge. And that's maybe a bit stressful. So let's see here. Okay. Grab the 4 of Swords in reverse. I'm going to get one more card from this. Oh. And then we have the 8 of Swords in reverse again. Look at that. You are capable. You are capable. You're so capable. This is someone who knows they're capable. Don't go back to this stubborn teenager energy. Don't rest now. Spirit is saying don't stop now. Don't stop me now. Just gonna move on from that. So Spirit is saying you're capable. Don't stop now. You're on the right path. It all makes so much sense. This is someone who had to go through a growth spurt, and it may have been difficult for you to, you know, pull up your socks and show what you're worth, but you are capable and you're on the right path. Let's get some of these cards shuffled before we get 2 of these. 2 blue spirits. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. So this is someone who's moved on from, and we have the Page of Pentacles again. Dude, I can't even control my hands. You have 2 doubles. So maybe this, maybe you feel like if you step into this energy, you're losing a part of yourself. A free part. A part that's childlike in nature. A part that doesn't have so much worries and so much responsibilities. A page has much less responsibilities than a queen. Frankly, a page can afford to make mistakes of perspective, but a queen can't. And you need to know that you're capable. But also recognize that if it's looking back that's keeping you stuck, you can't get the past back. You can only recreate something better now, something that suits you now. You can't turn back time. And it's just a concept that I feel humans often get stuck on, because if we just wish it, maybe if it were different, if someone acted different, if something was different, but or if you could just still be that teenager that lays in their room and plays games, and you wish you could just be in high school again and chill with your friends, and now you have much responsibilities, but with more responsibility comes a sense of capability that you need at your core to be strong. Capable people are strong. Incapable people are the people who stay in the page energy forever. You are capable. Okay, so let's see first. What do these cards have to say? Okay, we have one that came out. Another one. Okay, so let's see. What messages did you get here? These 2 doubles are still blowing my mind, dude. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So you may feel like something's being called of you, a responsibility at a new job, getting out of high school, getting out of college, needing to look for a job. Maybe you are now on the verge of starting a new business, or maybe a new relationship, and you feel like this is going to take more than what you have to give, or you don't know if you're going to be capable of this new change, or this thing that's calling you to be greater than you are. And you are capable. This says you know your capabilities, but also recognize that there is fear, and the fear is valid, but don't let the fear hold you back. Okay, so we have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So I feel like this has a bit to do with the Page of Cups as well. You may be afraid to open up to new people, and that's okay. As long as you know who you are, what you like, don't like in other people, and what you want to invite in your life, and what you'd rather have 6 feet away, then you can choose what you allow into your life. Capabilities means that you have control of your life and boundaries as well. So we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So just keep in mind, when you're doing something new, let it be a journey. Let it be a discovery. Not something you think you should be doing perfectly the first day. It's just, don't put that pressure on yourself. Rather enjoy the discovery and the journey to being able to sit on this throne without fear. Then we have inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. There's definitely a sense here that you should trust yourself more. I'm definitely getting a little bit of that energy. Maybe you don't think this is the right thing for you, but you are capable of it. I've got two. We have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius, believe in the impossible, blue moon. So it may seem like an impossible journey for you to get here, an impossible journey for you to be the Queen of Pentacles when you're simply a page, but that potential lies within you. It's how you utilize it that really matters. Encourage yourself, bring love into the situation, self-love, encourage yourself. Encourage yourself to be what you know you can be. Encourage yourself to follow your ambitions. Because at the end of the day, nobody can read your mind, nobody's going to know your ambitions but you. So encourage yourself. If you want a cheerleader, it's going to have to be you. Okay, so now we're going to take a big void deck and get you two of these cards. Oh, 3 turned over now. None of them. Oh, that was very loud. Tribal Dancer. Let's see, one more please. Making a difference. You got 2 cards that came out in bar 1, so group 1 if you maybe want to head over there. So we have Making a Difference and Tribal Spirit Dancer. Tribal Spirit Dancer makes me think like you should just dance with this change. You should just let the change flow if it's something that you cannot control. Because the more you resist the change, the more you're exhausting yourself. If I resist that it's raining, it's just a fruitless effort because I can't control the weather. It's about knowing what you can and can't control. There's an essence of that here. So you also have the Cage and Rose. So you have the unfolding rose. So this gives me a lot of the same message. It gives me the message of there's potential hidden in there if only you would unlock the door. We don't have to look at the rose through bars. Let people see your beauty. Let people see your authenticity. Let people see your capabilities with the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like I need to get more of these visual cards for some reason. Let's see here. Any messages? Okay, we've got the whip, and we've got the dice. So you may feel like the scenario is like a roll of the dice because it could either go well for you or go badly for you, but there's never just black and white, you know. There are numerous ways it could go, but try to focus on what would make it easiest for you to get through this without being too hard on yourself or those around you. We have the whip as well. Also, this feels like someone just punishing themselves. It feels like something's punishing you. This energy or this thing that you need to go to or do or grow through or this thing that you need to step up to the plate to is something that feels painful to you. But if it's something that you cannot control, it's going to happen anyway. Don't make the pain worse for yourself. If someone's already hitting you, don't start hitting yourself as well. It may be tempting to sit in the pain and to wallow in it, but if there's nothing you can do to change the scenario, that also brings you nothing but misery, because you're hyper-fixating on the negative. And it truly does make a difference if you focus on the negative. If you feel like there's no positive to focus on, at the very least, try not to fixate on the negative. So, we're going to see what your chakra wisdom cards have to say, what your energy body suggests for your well-being. Looking for one card. Okay. Self-discipline. My self-discipline and willpower will significantly help me in my efforts to move forwards and grow. I am free of the need of approval of others. I face each challenge with determination and courage, and I am determined to live my life to its full potential. We've been talking about challenges and potential. You have the capability to face and live your full potential. I'm strong and capable. There, capable. Again, my actions speak louder than my words. So maybe this just says that resentment, anger, and maybe even hatred you feel towards the situation that needs to happen, or how you need to change in order to adapt to the scenario. Let it go. Anger serves no one. It only hurts you. You're drinking poison of your own making. Let it go. Okay? So, we're going to look at some message cards for you to see what messages we have and how your life is currently needing guidance in terms of some short and sweet messages for group 2. This one going to come out. Okay, let's see what we have. If you want the moon, do not hide from the night. If you want a rose again. Do not run from the thorns. So this is again talking about facing the fear to get the good parts. This may be a scary change, but there may be things in it that you haven't even considered that could be great for you. But you're so busy focusing on the negative aspects and what you're going to lose that you don't potentially see what you're going to gain. Something about you made me feel a little more alive and far less lost. So even if you may be feeling lost right now, things will ground you again. There will always be familiar things. It just has to become familiar. That's the thing. You just have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. So maybe you need to just realize that life isn't a painless journey in any regard, and the best you can do to live with pain is to be willing to feel it and let it go. Be willing to recognize its wisdom and avoid scenarios that are similar in the future. Even the strongest feeling is expired when ignored or taken for granted. So you may be feeling a little bit in an energy of you have always been enough. Yes. Maybe feeling a bit dissatisfied with the fact that people may not be noticing you, or you may feel quite alone in terms of being seen by others, in terms of interacting with others and people having an interest in your life and your experience, you know. So seek people out, talk to them. People love to talk about their lives, you know, and in turn you get to talk about your life as well. But again, it's something that's going to need to happen if you put it in motion. So yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you enjoyed it, you're welcome to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye bye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to my channel. If you chose the Black Obsidian, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to look at this card last, but first we're going to get a little look at your current energy and what you might need some guidance with at the moment. So we're going to leave it open to any... Wow, okay. 9 of Wands in reverse. We're going to leave it open to any guidance you may need, or anything Spirit feels you may need some assistance with or clarity on, maybe. Let's come out. It's the Ace of Wands in reverse. A lot of fire thus far. Get 2 more for your current energy of group 3, please. So that card did a whole ass 360. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. There is a lot of wands here, my man. Okay. So let's take a look at this. There is a very fierce energy here, a very fierce energy. And I feel like this fierce energy is the energy of someone that knows they have ambition and passion, but they don't know what to do with it. Maybe someone who's on one of those missions where they want a hobby or they want a pastime, or they maybe want something to be inspired about, but they haven't found it yet. And here I can see with the Queen of Swords that there may be some clarity on that. There may be some clarity on how you can live a more enriching life in your free time. Maybe that you've tried a bunch of things and they just haven't worked out, you know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we think things are for us and it turns out they aren't, but how are we going to know if we don't try, you know? So I'm seeing someone who's a little afraid here, so there may be a little more essence of someone not liking something. Someone not liking something that you do, like a family member not liking you reading tarot, or you want to become a tattoo artist and your parents don't approve, or you want to become a pilot and your significant other doesn't want you to be in danger, that type of thing. Something to do with someone who doesn't approve of an occupation or a passion, and you're going to need to set the record straight with that type of stuff. You're going to need to step into this passion and see, is this something that my heart really wants to follow as a career, as a pastime, as a hobby, as a passion project, insert here. And if that is, you're going to have to tell people, listen, this is what it is. I have my heart set on this. And this shouldn't be to the detriment of everyone else or anyone else, but you shouldn't hide all of this passion in the shadows, and you shouldn't. I'll tell you why you shouldn't, because if all of this passion is hidden in the shadows, or you have to set strict boundaries to do something you're passionate about, then it becomes resentment if it needs to be hidden long enough, I've found. Because people want to be free and open about the things that make them happy and give them joy. You have to read the room and know that you can't, introduce your new religion over Christmas dinner, but the fact of the matter is there's an acceptance here of knowing, not fearing, and then making a solid choice and saying, this is what I want to do, please respect that. And if people don't respect it, what they do is a reflection of them, not of you. So just keep that in mind as well. So don't be afraid to start something new. There's a lot of fear around starting something new, but I think you can follow your passion. I think we should get some more cards. Excuse me. To see what we have here in terms of information. Let's see if we can get some more information about this scenario you may be in. Cards are extremely curved, so it's sometimes a little difficult to keep them all, on their best behavior. We've got 3 cards here, we only want 2. Okay, we've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Then we've got the Page of Wands. We've got more wands here, even more wands. So this goes to show again to me something that ignites your passion, that's a new start, and you're afraid it might not work out. You're afraid that if you say, this is what I want to do, and you stand up to someone by saying that, or set boundaries around this passion, and it doesn't work out, that you may end up looking like a fool. But let me ask you this. What's going to happen if you don't do it? You'll never know. I'd rather look like a fool for 5 minutes than not know forever if something was for me or not. Just putting it out there. So, let's see here. Okay, they were ready. We've got the Ace of Wands again, and we've got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands again in reverse. So you might be very scared to start this new thing or to start this new romantic relationship. There may be a lot weighing on it. Your family may not approve of the person. You may be fearful that your family may not approve of the person you're getting into a relationship with, or the job you're taking, or the project you're doing, or the hobby that you have. Something you have a lot of fear around it not being approved of. But if it's something that truly speaks to your heart, gotta tell you, man, I like to romanticize shit, but things that speak to your heart don't come along every 5 minutes. I'm just saying. So the Nine of Pentacles in reverse tells me that this is maybe a very awaited decision. You may feel like if you choose this person or choose this career or choose this passion, that your family or your life may fall apart. But we choose our consequences. If you're aware of the consequences of a choice, weigh the consequences of the one choice and the other. One will be heavier. You'll know. Okay, so we are going to get some guidance now from our oracle decks to maybe get a bit more insight on the scenario. Let's see. Okay, we have 3 thus far. We need one more. One more card for, there we go, group. Oh, it's 2 more, that's 3 more. We need one more. One more, please. Oh, goodness. Okay. So you've got one extra, but you know what? You deserve it. Okay, so let's see here. What are we looking at here for our group? 2, we have mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Really, always an important question to ask, to be honest. It's not just important in the context of new challenges or change, but it is important to know where your weak points are, so you know where you need to reinforce or shield yourself when going into new endeavors. You know? So we've got Starseed. What lights you up? See, what lights you up? Look at all this fire. What lights you up? We have Mentaken, longing for home, the original Lightworkers. So Mentaka was in the Orion star system and it does not exist anymore. This could mean that maybe you're afraid if you go for this opportunity, the old life that you'll lose won't be worth losing. But that's a choice you need to make. That's a choice you need to consider. You need to decide what's more important. There's a sense of urgency here with the King and Queen. You don't make a King and Queen wait forever, you know, and life doesn't wait for us. So we have Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So this may be a situation where you're just too afraid to speak, but you don't know how it's going to be received. You have to keep in mind that there is an opportunity that something may be received well. People surprise us every day. But that's at your discretion. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So you want to do something new. This is something that you want to refresh and reinvigorate your life with. So if this is going to breathe if this is going to be a breath of fresh air in your life, and you desperately need that, you know, a hungry man's going to eat. So yeah, let's see what your chakra wisdom card has to say about your current energy in the scenario you are potentially in. There's 2, you got 1 extra again. You know what? We'll take it. 3rd chakra, solar plexus, the warrior. I embrace my inner strength, power and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I unfold my full potential as an empowered person with a true essence of who I am. A true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness as I overcome and transcend life's challenges. I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I'm courageous in moving forward. Yes, it may not be easy to break the news of a new job, a new relationship, or maybe even moving on from something that was previously stable. It's never difficult to announce big changes or to embrace big changes, but change is inevitable. Inner knowing. I trust my inner knowing and I am at peace with myself. I create more moments of stillness and silence and I listen for the truth. I'm open to connecting with and listening to my gut and my heart's feelings, and I don't override them with my mind's logic. I practice meditation, prayer and contemplation. So this also speaks of knowing what you want. You need to know what you want. Your 2 choices may be as appealing, or you may lose something big and gain something big. But the discernment is for you to make. Okay, so we're gonna get some Moonology cards for you guys. This black obsidian is also telling me you're in the dark. So you may feel confused about a decision that you need to make, but you want to pursue something with fiery intent. That's for sure. Okay, we have be bold and make the first move. Yes, absolutely. There's a boldness to all this fire energy that speaks of someone who truly wants to go on a hero's journey or something. Okay, then we have step out of your comfort zone. Look. Perfect. Step out of your comfort zone. Are you gonna let the old out and welcome the new, or you continue on the path that you're currently on and take on the known? It's about are you gonna take the road less traveled or not? That's the question, really. That's what it comes down to. Maybe it's not even about the scenario. Maybe it's about a greater choice here. Maybe you're the type of person who always plays it safe. And yes, the earth is scary. People are scary. Having a job is scary. Being an adult is scary. Everything here is pretty much scary, so I can understand the reluctance to want to get out of a comfort zone that makes you feel safe. But the world has a lot to offer. And you won't reap any of those benefits if you stay in your comfort zone. Is comfort worth dying for? No, but a thrill is. Excitement is, adventure is, expansion is. You're just filling up your days with something that isn't worth dying for. And maybe it's not worth living for either. Are you being content with mediocrity is the question. Do you want something greater? There's a passion here. Do you want something greater? So, we're gonna get some of these big boys and see what they have to say about their emerging into grace. And one more. No, that's about one more, please. One more card. Okay, what's that one? So let us see what you have. You have Warrior of the Heart. See, we had Warrior here, and we have Warrior here. So there's a warrior energy necessary to move through this decision if you decide to go either way. Giving up your passion to embrace a life where great things may not happen, or embracing a life where great things may happen but letting go of the comfort of the known. So, let us get our books, because I feel like your message is important, like really important in terms of needing the book. And I shall go to Emerging Grace. So that's 25. Okay. It says, all is well. You can relax and let go, for your path is divinely guided. Gifts from the Creator are pouring into your life. Gratitude abounds. A spirit of grace is softly unfolding in your life. The universe wants you to know, in the stillness of retreat, the gifts of spirit will emerge at your feet in gratitude and thankfulness. An opening into the deepest spiritual realms is occurring. Simply be ready and be open, as waves of sacred love will pour into your heart. Grace is growing within you, so that more and more you serve as a safe sanctuary for others. So this has a big energy of someone who is happy with themselves, but the outside world is putting pressure on them. And I gotta tell you, man, I feel like that's the better deal than the opposite. But not to take away from this, but you know, the world can sometimes be harsh, but it's manageable in terms of the 3D. When it comes to matters of the heart, it's more difficult. Okay, so we have Warrior of the Heart, 120. Let's see, what do I have? 115, 119, 120. Okay. You have the Radiant Spirit, excuse me. I love this card. You have the radiant spirit of a warrior of the light. Be impeccable in all of your actions. No matter what others believe, the Creator always knows the truth. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Immense courage is filling you. Throw your shoulders back, step forward and take a risk. You see? Risks. Be willing to live from your heart rather than your mind. Honor your truth, speak up for yourself. The greatest native warriors weren't the ones who wounded the most people. They were those remarkable beings who had such personal power that enemies laid down their weapons rather than fight. I love that. There are times in life to step back and even times to walk away, but there are times to stand up for yourself and those less advantaged. Don't allow yourself to be limited by your belief system. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Fearless means just that, fearless. Acknowledge that you're frightened and take action anyway. Face your anxiety and go beyond the boundaries of limited perceptions of yourself. Through your example, people find and act on their truth. You are a light bearer for others. Beautiful. So, now we are going to get some of these cards for you before we end off your reading for today. Let's first look at the card you chose. Anchor. You feel stuck in this scenario, but an anchor is not stuck. An anchor can be lifted, and then the boat will move. Okay, you have number 29, Woman with a Rose. Embrace the beauty of life. Embrace the possibilities. Don't think with fear of what you might lose. Think of the possibilities of what you might gain if you do say yes to that coffee date, or if you do go on that retreat, or if you did enter that competition. You know, think of what could happen if it goes right, not if it goes wrong. Okay, we've got Mice in the Pantry. Those gnawing thoughts, those gnawing little thoughts that keep telling you, what if this doesn't work out? What if we do this and everything fails and we upset our family for nothing? What if we made everyone stressed and this never happens? Then it doesn't happen. Then it just doesn't. It doesn't. Don't fear the shame of being wrong more than the risk you might take. Don't fear the shame of being wrong more than taking a risk. If you take a risk and you're wrong, okey's. If you don't take a risk, lame. Sorry, but it's just... There's an essence of wanting to tell you that you're allowed to take a risk. You're allowed to do other things, other people you're allowed to do things too. It's not just other people, you have a life. I feel like I need to tell you that you have a life to live, man. You have a life of your own, you have potential, you have your own dreams and goals. Something about you made me feel a little more alive and far less lost. But friends don't look at each other the way we do, so maybe this is a relationship. I've liked you since I met you. Don't deny your fire with all these wands, my dear. Just be who you are and burn. Hallelujah. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. So those are some messages that might have been for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and thank you very much for joining me. I'm grateful to have been able to deliver these messages for you, and I hope it gave you some guidance or maybe just a different perspective. You're welcome to subscribe and like this video for more content. Thank you so much for joining me. Much appreciated. Good luck. Bye bye.